Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing tonight, or this afternoon, or wherever you're at? It's good to be here with y'all. Just decided that this afternoon we'd come on and do a impromptu live stream and kind of give an update of where we are with KT and some other different things. So that's what we're doing tonight, just a little bit of things. And I do think we do have a guest coming on later on in the future. So hopefully, we'll see. But you never know with these things. That's the one thing I do like about the impromptus is uh, things could come in. People could come in, and we might have a guest come in and we'll talk and chit chat about some of the wonderful things that's coming up with KT. So we're just excited to be here with y'all tonight. How's everybody doing? I see Dwaylen in the chat. How are you doing, man? You having a good time? Yeah. You having a good day so far? And Dr. Noopy, I saw you chimed in for a little bit. It's kind of late to be over there, ain't it? Just a little bit. I think she said, I don't have the comments here. I was looking on my LinkedIn channel. But she said she just finished guesting on a Russ Hedge live show. Still up and buzzing. It's 1:30. Well, thanks for tuning in, Dr. Noopy. It's wonderful to be here. So really the purpose of tonight's live stream is really to kind of give you an update, what's new for KB and KT. And you might say KB. Yeah, even KB the Positive Kidney's got some new things coming up. But in all reality, we're 6 months to the year. The year's almost half over. It's half over, really. And we just want to kind of give an update of where we're at, where different things are at. So we're just going to be talking a little bit about some of the different exciting things that are coming up for us, some events, some really, really wonderful things that are we're looking forward to. So I think with us for the first thing, once again, I think we're still kind of buzzing from the summit, some of us, but we do know that we've got some other things coming down the line. So we're really excited about that. And, with one thing is with the Rich and Dwaylen show, we had Fred Hill last time. That was a wonderful show. They did a wonderful job, I think. I think the whole group did a wonderful job. So that was awesome. With that, we've got some, I think just recently we just collaborated with a podcast with Will Porter and his podcast. I know that some things will be definitely different with us helping him out with that and getting it broadcasted across all of our platforms and things of that nature. And that's one thing about what we do is with the Kidney Trails Broadcasting Network is we do like to help other people out when we can and kind of share what's going on and with their podcast. And Will's has a wonderful podcast. It is a phenomenal podcast. It's called Joy in the Journey. You can check it out on your favorite podcasting platform, whatever that might be. So we're excited about that. We're excited about not only that. Let's see what else is coming up. We've got that. We just partnered with Transplant Genomics. I think that's how you say it. We're excited about that partnership as well. So, but anyhow, like I said, just come on in, sit down, and we're just chatting a little bit, chatting by the fire, so to speak. So, but that's some of the things that's going on with us right now. Is we're just doing some different partnerships that's coming up that we'll be announcing very soon. Some new blogs coming up as well. I'm hoping, ladies and gentlemen, that I can finish my blog very, very soon. And with that blog, I think we were talking, was it with Tim and Diane when we had the summit? We kind of announced that we were going to launch our book very soon. And so we will, and that'll be coming out more than likely in August. is when we're looking at the launch date for that. So we're really excited about that as well. Never knew I could be an author, but it's interesting. I never knew I was a writer until I started writing, and then nevertheless, I have a little bit of. I can write just a little bit. So we are, like I said, we're hopefully finishing up the blog, the Kidney Trail Journey blog, my journey. We'll finish up the dialysis portion hopefully in the next couple of weeks. We don't have but a few more we got to get out. So that'll be coming out very soon as well. So we're really looking forward to getting that done. And then I think, Dwaylen, I think you got some more stories coming out, don't you? With his I don't know about this. So that's an exciting thing to get that. And I do know with that we are working on some other projects with this story. With the graphic novel that we did, that was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I think he's on part 30 is where I think he's at. I think he's on part 30 with that, so that's exciting. So, see what he's at. We're gonna get some feedback, guys. Sorry. But anyhow, with that coming out, I'm sure there's going to be a few more books coming out with him over the next year. I know we're working on some other different things, and we'll be making another announcement soon on another book from him as well, probably within the next few weeks. So look at that to come out as well. So that's it. For us, it's exciting. I mean, first and foremost, we did blogging. That's what we started out with, but we are a publishing company as well, so we're really excited for that. Hey, Ursuline, how are you doing? Hello from Atlanta. How's it down in Atlanta? You doing all right? Thanks for coming on. Thanks for hopping in. But yeah, we're just talking about some of the new books that are coming out. So we've got Dwaylen's my book, and we are looking at working with some other authors to get their works published as well. So we could have up to 3 to 4 books, maybe more, by the end of the year from the Kidney Trail Press. Hey, Dr. Alexandria Rosa. Dr. Spice, how are you doing tonight? Dr. Spice and I just got off of a phone call of a new and upcoming project. Life is good. Yeah, it is good. It is good. Yeah, you realize life is really good, especially when you have sat in a chair for 4 years, 3 hours, or 3 hours and 45 minutes on dialysis. And then you realize even your hard times in life without dialysis is not as hard as it used to be. And Dwaylen said hello to Ursuline and Dr. Spice. So, I mean, we've got a lot of great things that are coming up with the publishing portion of it. And we're actively working on some books, actively working on some other projects in that to get it out. We're really excited about getting this. And that's one thing with the press company. When I did the press company, I remember Dwaylen and I were talking, and he said, somehow we got on the subject of graphic novels and or writing a book or something, and somehow we collaborated the idea of a graphic novel. He can tell the story better than I can, but that's kind of how it all started. He's like, yeah, how hard do you think it'd be? I said, I don't know. I said, tell you what, I'll do it. I can do it. I've never published anything in my life until then. He's like, you can? I was like, yeah, sure. I went to YouTube University very quickly. So it was an experience, and now we are publishing some more books. So that's a little bit of how that got started. And then, we started bouncing around, and I know that's the sponsor of our show is Kidney Trail Press, but what our saying is making your story valuable one word at a time is really putting forth the value that you have in your story. So, bringing out the lessons, I think is very important. I think it's very important to bring out the lessons there. So that's one of the reasons we did it, and we're continuing to do it. We're going to continue to do that as well. Oh, actually, one other thing is we've actually updated our store a little bit. So I don't know if any of y'all know, but we have a store with some Kidney Trail merch. We've got some shirts and some hats, a couple coffee mugs, I think. We actually just upgraded and put out a journal that's in our store. So you can go on that, find that on kidneytrails.com. and find out. We have a journal and some other different merchandise on there that we have. So excited about that. Excited about that. But we've got, let's see, what else is coming up? We have another podcast that's coming out tomorrow. I just recorded that today, and what's interesting about podcasting is I actually do it on the go. I do my podcasting on the go. Sometimes you can do it. It depends on you if you have a guest or not. But I was able to do mine on the go. I just have a couple simple hookups and able to hook everything up and do a podcast. But we have that coming out tomorrow, and then we have. So what we did is thoughts from a journal, and basically we're taking some of the lessons from the Kidney Trails Virtual Summit that I think the speakers taught me about public speaking and enhancing public speaking skills. I've done public speaking since 2014, but the lessons that they shared there, I think, is anybody can use it. Goodness, there we go. Sorry about that, folks. Now, lighting is not working with me tonight. Maybe that'll help just a little bit. So, just doing that on the road, I think, is a lot of fun. Being able to do that, on the drop of a hat, and generally doesn't take long. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. So, yeah, and the thing about podcasting, you can do it on your own time, your own leisure. Who was it? It was on Gabe's show, Gabe Leal, another live streamer on here that he had a guest on, and they were saying the one thing about the podcasting is, nobody's really waiting for your next podcast. They are just, it's when it comes out, it comes out. So, and that's kind of took the pressure off of me when I did that, because I did it. I think I did the first 3, and then I just lost. I got too busy, and then I tried to start it up again, did a few more, and then from there to there, and now I'm doing a little bit more often. I found an easier way to do it. I found out I could do it on the road while I'm not driving down the road, but while I'm sitting in the parking lot or eating lunch or something of that nature. So, but that's another thing coming up. And also, talking about podcasting on live streaming, the Rich and Dwellin Show, we have another guest lined up for next month. So that'll be exciting. We have Mike Morales, who will be joining them too on a show where they'll be able to sit down and chat with him, talk about some different things with what he does with the dialysis education school that he has as well. So that's going to be interesting as well. But I mean, from where I've started, I think that's pretty exciting. There's just some different things that's going on with us. Some different things that I think it is exciting. But if y'all have any questions, you're more than welcome to put them down in the chat. Some other things. Let's see. We are planning another event in November. Right now, we're working on some details on that, but y'all should know about it. It's going to be a little different than what it was the last time with the Kidney Trails Virtual Summit. We brought in a lot of speakers that had the renal disease, and they had other things and challenges in life. It's going to be a little different. We're going to focus more on entrepreneurship, business, things of that nature. So look for that to come very soon. I definitely want to help out where we can. Those that are new in business or new at starting nonprofits, to help them along their journey. So that'll be exciting as well. But some of the other things that are coming up, we will be let's see. We'll be doing more live streaming, and actually I'm going to start planning every now and again on this live stream on the Fireside Chat to have actual scheduled guests. We've scheduled one for August. If anybody would like to be a guest, don't hesitate to put it in the chat or message me on LinkedIn or any of the other social media channels that you find us on, and we can definitely look at possibly setting you up as a guest for the show. I always enjoy talking to guests, and sometimes, with the Fireside Chat, it's kind of just casual conversation. It's nothing. A lot of it's not really scripted. It's just, some of the shows we do, we have certain things that we follow, so everybody's on the same page. But when we're here, we may send 1 or 2 questions, and that's about it. And we just chat about different things. So it's it's just with that, and then just a lot of interesting things coming down the line, down the pipe, so to speak. But anyhow, and then we are looking at, I think I was talking to Tim today, and Tim and I were talking about possibility of him doing a show as well on here. So that'll be interesting. But that would be interesting to have him. I know he's got his own podcast. I think it's Ridiculously Blessed podcast, which is a phenomenal podcast. So let me talk about that. Let me check something here. Okay. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see Ridiculously Blessed on here. He brings in people that have faced different things in life and talks about them being ridiculously blessed. And he's got some great guests. I was on that show. That was a fun day. I think we did 2 or 3 shows back to back that day. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. A little tiring, but a lot of fun. It has been good. It has been good. Some of the other things, we'll be having a video coming out. We actually did get an office, so we'll be having a video out a little bit set up at the office where we're at. We'll be broadcasting events, future events, and things of that nature, and a lot of different things. True. Sorry, folks. Our guest is having a little difficulty. Sometimes this happens though when you're live streaming. You have difficulties in getting on, and I've had that before. I remember when we first did it. One of the first live stream shows, a couple of them I did. At first, I did Tisha Hammond's. Went on her show, was privileged to be on her show, and then I went on Lona Gordon Small's show when she was doing the what was that? It was a laboratory. Live stream, and we got on there, and I was using a hotspot Wi-Fi. And let me tell you, if you're planning on doing a live stream, make sure that you have good internet, because I can tell you we were using a hotspot. It was horrible. I kept cutting in and out. The screen kept freezing. It was awful. And we got on there, and it was not a good fun show because the host kept freezing. I didn't know if they were talking, what was going on. I could see me moving, but I couldn't see them moving. So it just make sure you have good Wi-Fi, folks, because that can definitely, or good internet would be a better term, because that can make your break. About broke us those 2 shows. But with that, starting live stream, it was definitely interesting with that as well. But let's see. But sometimes this happens when you have technical difficulties. So maybe it won't pick up the camera, it won't pick up the mic. you never know. Let me try something here. If anybody wants to come on, you're more than welcome. Just put it down in the chat. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Hey, there's our guest for tonight. Hey, Tim, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, how's it going?
I don't know. We're sitting here talking about technical difficulties, especially in my first couple live streams I ever did.
That's interesting you should say that, because I had one today that I haven't had.
I saw that.
Yeah, just getting home, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to you from outside tonight. It's a nice night, so go to hook everything up, and then my camera doesn't want to connect. So
Well, that's not good. Let's see. I will try. There we go. I got to get my right background where we got the little fire right there. It's called Fireside Chat, right?
yeah, I was gonna say over my shoulder, you might be able to see the sun going down, but a strange
Uh,
angle.
what's that song say? When the sun goes down, we'll be grooving. I'll stop there, right? I was just kind of giving an update on where we're at with KT and some of the different shows that were coming up and things of that nature. So,
Yeah, man, I'm really excited for what the rest of the year is gonna hold for everyone. Um, man, coming off of the summit, everybody was super hyped, super ready to go, and I know that personally for me, I had some personal setbacks that kind of slowed things down a bit, but we're getting the ball rolling again and ready to go, man. I'm just excited to see what's next.
well, there's a lot of things coming down the pipe. A lot of things I was talking about. As far as the publishing company, we've got, I think, possibility of 4 more books coming up.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited about that project. Just hearing it, I'm like, all right, let's finish this now. So,
I'd like to. I'd like to. I mean, hey, look here's coming in, Dr. Noopy. Hey, Dr. Noopy. She's coming all the way in from UK.
wow, good. We'll see. Morning, night. Good. I don't know.
It's I think there's 6 hours. Is it 6 hours? I think it's 5 or 6 hours. So it's like it's like 2 o'clock.
Wow.
2 o'clock over there. Funny story about that. Uh, funny story about Dr. Noopy. So the other day, she's like, "Let's schedule a call," because I'm supposed to be on her live stream Monday,
Hmm.
and so we're going to schedule a call for her. And we were scheduled it for today at around was it 11, 12 o'clock, something like that. Silly hour, 2 a.m. Yeah, yeah, that's right. But we scheduled it, and I was sitting there just doing my thing, and uh, and just sitting there doing my thing, and I see a notification come up said join Dr. Noopy's room. So I clicked on, thinking maybe I just sometimes these things don't let you come into the studio first, and then whatever not. It was actually the meeting, and she goes, I said, "Did we schedule this for Wednesday or Thursday?" She goes, "Thursday, isn't it Thursday?" I said, "Nope, it's Wednesday." I was like, "Well, things happen, right?"
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with her. I was telling you earlier. I was like, I said, you know what? I got to get my podcast out on Wednesday, and all day today, for whatever reason, I was like, what day is it? Not realizing it was Thursday, so I should have been done yesterday. So I'm right there with her.
Things happen. I mean, I know with sometimes you get so much going on that I lose my days. I don't know if y'all do, but I lose my days sometimes. I'm like, that's and even with the schedule, sometimes I get it mixed up. So things happen. It's all these late night calls. Yes, generally I have early morning calls, especially if it's from over in the UK area. It's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when I'm having a call. But no, we were talking about that. We were talking about your ridiculously blessed. I think you had one come out. What was the fellas?
Yeah, the last episode I had was with some guys I went to high school with. One I went to elementary and high school with, and we've kept in touch over the years, but we've never sat down together to really have a full conversation. So we thought it would be a cool idea to kind of get us all in one virtual room and kind of invite everybody into what our conversations look like and just have a good time. And we had a chance to kind of reminisce over some of the good old days, I guess, and also talk about some things that are happening that's happening in our lives now. Some of the directions we've gone and how we're still friends over the years. And man, it was almost therapeutic for me because I miss talking to all of them at the same time. It's funny. It was emotional. It's everything you would want in a friendship. So love those guys to death, man. Like my brothers. And we've actually done another episode. So this one is a little more emotional because we talk about our fathers. It's for Father's Day. So it's a little bit different than what I've done with the other Ridiculously Blessed podcasts, but looking forward to new things with that and moving forward.
Yeah, that's the thing about this. You can kind of go where you want to go with it. You can kind of take a break from what you were doing and do a special edition and have it out there. And sometimes that brings in more people. Especially with the Father Days, I think you would see increase in people uh, definitely tuning in. So
Yeah, and it's the same thing that you and I were talking about. We want everyone to share their stories. That's how we learn and grow. And you one of the things we also talked about was the reaction to our stories being told. Like we've had people reach out to us that we either haven't seen in years or never knew you existed. I mean, whoever would have thought you and I would be talking to someone, in the UK, like you said, you're having meetings with people in the UK, and it all comes from sharing your wonderful stories. And that's part of the reason why this partnership works so well is because kidney trails, getting the stories out there, it's universal. It's not just a kidney situation. There's everyday life things that we're dealing with, and you're creating the platform to get those stories told. And 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 that's why the project that you're talking about that I'm too excited about because I want to tell it all. But
oh, I know, right? I just got off a phone call talking about that, and I'll put it this way, like to our audience out there, it does have something to do with the books, and I'll put it that, leave it at that. But I got off the phone probably what was that? Probably about 45 minutes ago with one of the authors in that series that we're talking about, and I better stop or I'm going to say everything that I don't need to say right now. I mean, but you never know. I mean, with what we're thinking of, and oh yes, Doctor Noopy, it's. Uh, I'm kind of excited to talk to you after the show, Doctor Noopy, and the because I'm on her show. I'm excited to talk to her about something. I gotta stop. I really.
Man, we're horrible at keeping secrets, man.
Oh, I'm awful.
We
I'm
are absolutely awful at this.
I'm awful at keeping secrets. But the funny part about it is I'm driving down the road and this idea hits. Actually, I don't even remember where I was at. I think it was at work, and the idea hit me. This idea hit me, and I started just writing it all down. I just started writing some different things down, and next thing I know, I have this thing that will be announced. Um, will be announced probably in July. We'll have the majority of where we want to go with this. So we'll probably announce that within probably the next Skinny Trails Fireside Chat. Who
That's
knows? Man, we ain't gonna be doing good at keeping secrets.
no, no. I can't. I was like, I can't wait till we get to the marketing stage of this, so I can just let it all out, man.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean, and then that's the thing. I mean, we're gonna be working on some marketing material, definitely for this one, this whole project, and this one, two. I would say we could possibly have them all out by the end of the year. Just saying. See, I'm thinking about switching the conversation now and changing the choo choo train and
There
start
you go.
about, when I used to sing at Lowe's and stuff.
Yeah, I never did that. I don't know.
Well, uh, um, yeah, I did that. I did that up on the racks. Not fair. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're still in the process, Dr. Noopy. Yeah, I mean, help me, Tim.
So listen. Here's one of the things I would like to talk to you about is
Cool.
change. You kind of know what I've been like working my way through. We had unexpected death in the family, and this one was different because my wife and I were actually there, and we went through the whole process of CPR and everything. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, sudden change in life. Can be good, can be bad. So the sudden change I wanted to talk to you about is you were doing the virtual summit. And you remember when you shift from, hey, this is going to be one day, a couple hours, to it's going to be 2 days. And then, oh, wait, it's going to be 3 days. Kind of, kind of talk to us a little bit about how you went through the process of saying, hey, I'm changing all of this. And then what was it like? What were the steps that you took? And
Okay, I'm gonna show people behind the scenes, okay? Because that's a good it's a good thing. This right here, I don't know if you can see it, but this right here was how the summit started. So I got it, and I can go down the thing. I had at 10 o'clock. I was supposed to introduce the summit, and at 10:15, Wills was supposed to speak. Then we were having another speaker right after that. Then we were having a lunch break. Then the Rich and Dwaylen show was actually going to do something. Then Sharon was going to be right after them. Then we had another speaker, and ASCP was going to present, and then you were going to present, and then we were going to end it all. That was it.
that was it.
That was it right here. Right here was the whole summit. That's how it started out.
hmm
And before I knew it, we don't have a 1 day summit. We got a 2 day summit. And then I know we had talked about doing like a community day. You remember this conversation? We were talking about a community day.
Yep.
And we weren't sure with all the things going on, the pandemic and everything that was going on, how that was going to work. Where we're going to have the time, how it was all going to play out. And we just decided to do that last day with focus on business, really. And it went from just like 0 to 60 in just 2.2 seconds. And once we got started in that, it just didn't stop. It really didn't stop. And I look back, I have this paper. Actually, probably I'll take a picture of it and send it out as a post, because I think it'd be interesting. People could see some of the different how I planned it. This was my plan right here.
hmm
That was my plan. And you are correct. It's so full of greatness. Okay. Yeah.
so
It's
so
pretty
here
much
here's here's the lesson I've learned from both the virtual summit and the last few weeks of my life is that planning is great. Planning is great, but the key is to lead with your passion, lead with your heart, man. I I'm starting to value my time so much more. And it started with what we learned at the summit and hearing everybody's stories and how they were so transparent. They wanted to share. They loved sharing. Everybody was energetic, and I was like, man, my goal now is to live my life every day with that same kind of energy, um, good or bad. I want to live my day with that kind of energy and that kind of care, and it's going to work out because the summit. There were times where you were stressed, but
uh,
you knew your heart was in the right place, man, and you gave all the energy that you had day in day out, and look what it turned into, beyond your wildest dream.
it did it. And to all those out there, Tim was my savior during that summit, because we had technical difficulties getting into the Zoom room because we used Zoom. So to go a little technical, we actually use Zoom. And why do we use Zoom? I know how we use Zoom. We use Zoom Events because Zoom Events is a platform, and I know we're not sponsored by them, but I'll give them a shout out anyhow. Zoom Events basically is a platform that you can use. It uses the Zoom rooms, but you can actually set up conferences, summits, and stuff. They have little booths, so we used that, and I think almost everybody had trouble getting in there. It was rough. It was. I mean, I remember Tim. What's I think you were on the phone with like 5 people,
Yeah,
right back to back.
yeah.
This is how you get in. Get in here. Call me. Get in here. Get in here. And and I looked at you, and when and you had to go on a business trip,
Mhm.
or was
Uh,
it family
yeah,
event?
my daughter was playing performing in a like a concert series or something in Tennessee. So yeah, I knew I had to leave that Friday, and I was like, man, we gotta take this on the road.
And I'm thinking, oh boy, here we go, Tim. Hopefully I can do it. Diana and I were there trying to work on this, but we absolutely had a grand old time over there. Getting it all ready. Um, yeah, that little issue Diane had when she forgot to turn the camera on. She turned the wrong camera on. I was like, oh boy.
Savior Summit, Tim. No, I was Dwayne. I was just eating bagels, man. That's what. Had some great bagels.
I tell you one thing. You want to talk about fasting? We fasted quick. I mean, we were leaning on an answer because it was rough, but it went up really well. It really did. And then you had issues with yours. In fact,
Yeah,
I talk about that in the podcast tomorrow.
yeah, yeah.
I think I said, I think it's just go on with it. Just go with it. It's what we talk about. Um,
Yep. Yeah. Midway through mine, well, nearly at the beginning of it, I could see that my screen was freezing and there was a lag there. So I was like, oh gosh, I got all these slides and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through them or not. And then I'm trying to remember everything I wrote down, and it was in the middle of a somewhat emotional topic for me. So man, it was like whatever could go wrong did. But like I said, again, we knew our hearts were in the right place. Um, and we got through it and we learned. We learned a lot. Learned a lot
we,
that week.
we did, and we're crazy enough to do it again, right?
Yes, yes. Can't wait to do it again.
Well, that's coming up in November.
Hmm.
Now that we can talk about a little bit. And actually, Dr. Noopy will actually be moderating one of the sessions. I asked her the other day, and she's going to be moderating. So this is going to be interesting to have her moderating. And the business summit right now, it's still in the planning stage. It's in the paper stage. Um, yeah, what transpired? What transpired for me was just it wasn't what transpired. It was what pre-spired. I was sweating like a pig in a barbecue that whole thing, but it was with the business summit that's going to be a little different. We did the 3 day that 3 hour run with you and then DJ and then Tisha
Hmm.
and Teresa, and it was fantastic. It was really a lot of fun. It's like, hey, let's. It was kind of the trial run for if we were going to do a business summit,
Hmm.
and now we are going to do some type of business summit conference virtually. But I think it's going to turn into a lot more than that with some of the talks that I'm in talks with some of the different people we're in talks with, and we'll know more about that. And that promos will probably be dropping very soon, as well. But I mean, how's everything going? How's everything going with your thing that you got going on?
Not too bad. Like I said, everything for me, I stopped everything for a while, just to kind of regroup, see where I was, and then what direction I was going to go for the rest of the year. Because I did have so many different things going on. I had, was working with you guys, and learning everything there is about streaming, and I started doing the podcast that really went better than I planned, and coaching and teaching and trying to help others. So man, I was burning the candle on both ends, I guess you could say. So the 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 sitting down and stopping and regrouping has actually been very, very helpful and useful. So I kind of needed it. um,
Yeah, well, I think it was fantastic. Uh, it was definitely interesting, and that's the thing. I mean, it just with everything that we had going on, I think it just did really well.
yeah, yeah.
I think it did really well. What, really, bagels? Oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, I mean, it was a great thing, and then now we're here. We're looking at the other summit. We're looking at the other project that we're doing. We have some new partnerships coming up. Very excited about those coming up. And the fun thing about the partnerships is that you get to collaborate with them later on down the road on a bigger project. I think that's really bringing people together and getting more of the word out. And it doesn't always have to be just kidney disease, which we do. We do enjoy collaborating with kidney disease, but realize that once you realize that somebody that has kidney disease, every part of their life touches certain every part of the area, then it doesn't really matter.
Yep. And another thing is talking about wellness. So one of the things that my wife was doing, she said every day she's going to walk 3 miles a day. So she's been getting up at like 5 in the morning, and by the time I roll over, it's about 6, and we go on a walk every day. Me, her, and usually the dog. And so it's been a couple of days now, and I was like, man, I feel great, but my energy level is so high in the morning. I'm like, what do we do now? What do we do now? But it made me kind of refocus on my health, making sure that I was getting out and about and doing things and being active, and others' health. I mean, like, we gotta be the voice for the community to say, hey, let's get out together and walk together, let's go hiking or whatever it may be. So that was another thing that, after the summit, I'm able to refocus on my health as well.
Yeah, I've been trying to do some cardio, but I think what I'm going to end up doing now for that, because I don't even have, I barely have time anymore to do anything, just with all my day job and then everything here. I think I'm just start doing hacky sack. You ever play hacky sack?
No, can't say I have.
Oh man, you're missing out with a good one. So, do you know how to play hacky sack?
I know that they kick it.
They
That's about as far as I go. Is I know they kick it around.
Okay, so for others, if you don't know what hacky sack it is, Tim is right. It's a little beanbag ball about yay big. Okay, and the goal is to keep it in the air, and you can play by yourself or with a group of people. And me and my uncle, which I think you know my uncle, he went to school with you. But me and my uncle and some other friends of ours, we'd end up being looking like pretzels by the end of the day. I don't know how many bridges I split going after those balls, but it was good. It was good exercise. It's good cardio. Heart rate would get up. You'd get feel all good afterwards, and then you'd be sore the next day.
Yeah, I'm hoping by the end of the year, probably October or so. The guys that I had on the podcast, they want to do a mud run. So we're thinking about that, and I'm gonna try to find a way out of it. I hope they don't see this live, but I'm gonna try to find a way out of it. But if not, I'll be running through the mud sometime, I guess October.
Y'all going through the Matt Anthony mud run?
I'm not sure. We were looking at in the Virginia Beach area. There was one. I'm not sure what it was called though.
It's more like sand, not mud.
I guess they do something different there and
I
make it
think I'd
muddy.
rather, I think I'd rather go through the Matt Anthony mud run than something down sandy. I mean, it could be fun. It could be fun.
I was like something to get me out of bed and moving. I guess
well, here we go. We're going way off topic, but you go hiking.
Man, man,
I think I scared you with some of the stories that we had.
definitely, definitely.
I tell you, me and my uncle, we had a mud run. It was no mud, but we ran when those two rattlers came out. We were running.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
That's why I like winter hiking. You don't have to worry about all those things.
Yeah. So to be fully transparent, so there are a lot of trails, where I live, but everything is so high up in the air, and I'm terrified of heights, man. So I took the kids out maybe 2 years ago, trying to get them active through the summer, and we started walking through the trail, and I noticed we were getting higher and higher up where the falls are. And I was like, well, they'll get tired and they'll turn around, so I won't go up too high. Well, my daughter all of a sudden got like superhero strength, and she wanted to keep going. I was so happy when my son and my nephew said they were tired. I was like, whew.
So we went, and it's funny. Actually, Kidney Trails came from a hiking trip. The
Mhm.
name came from a hiking trip. We went hiking on. I think we went at like 9 o'clock at night. 8 o'clock at night. It was in the wintertime. It might have been. It was in wintertime, so it was dark. So it was like 7. So we would hike about a mile, and then we'd cook on a rock, and then we'd come back and hike back to the van, and then we'd leave get back, and we were walking. I was like, the journey really is like a trail, and end up somehow another the name Kidney Trail came out of that hiking journey. And so sometimes hiking for me kind of clears the mind, and you see different things. Of course, you watch where you step, but
How do you do that at night, Anthony?
I have a headlamp. I have a headlamp. The one thing I would say is if you are cooking and you're cooking on a rock, do not let the oil hit the fire. Otherwise, it might knock you off. All right. You have a good night, Dr. Noopy. I'm sure we will. Yes, we will be talking about that very, very soon because I think this idea kind of has you involved in this without you knowing it. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh.
The 80s old hat. No. I never played it. I saw other people play it, but I never did it myself. I don't know if I could do it now.
No, we'll have to try it. Maybe when we're at the office. You know what? You know what we'll do. You know what we'll do. We'll do an Instagram live of us trying to play hacky sack in
Yeah,
the office.
that might be comedy right there.
Hey, you never know. That post might go viral for all we know.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I think with everything, seeing where KT's come from. I mean, it all started with a blog, and I wish I would have kept a picture of the first site that I had because it's come so far. It really has. And a lot of that has to do with something that I speak about is vision.
Hmm.
A vision, having a vision of where you want it to go and things like that. So, it's all in there. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
But
and that's what makes it so easy to work with you because the vision is clear. Um, Even when it shifts, the vision is clear. Like we know what the end result that we want. So that makes it so much easier to work with you because one, you're passionate about what you do. You give your energy the whole time, and two, we're clear about what the goal is.
well, yeah, and I mean I think that's a good part of it. I mean, one of my favorite verses where there's no vision, people perish.
Mhm.
If you don't have vision, and we've talked about this in your build for this course, we
Right.
talked about vision,
Yeah.
and we talked about how and you talked about vision. I learned about vision. Because having that clear vision of where you want to go, it can change your whole prospect of what you're doing.
Definitely, definitely. Because that's what I always tell people is if you can't see it for yourself, how can anyone else see it? So yeah, you're definitely right. You gotta have that vision, make sure it's clear, and then just take the steps to get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, and that help having that vision, and that all goes back to the old place that you and I used to work. As I
Mhm.
started learning about vision a little bit about in that area, and it did come true pretty much. I mean, we missed about two spots, three spots, but we did a lot better than what anybody else thought we were going to do. So it really does help to have vision. At least you're close to where you're going.
Yes,
But
definitely.
yeah, all this stuff. I mean, it's been fun, and then having you and then Diane, Carol, Dwaylen, and soon to be announced some new members because that's another thing coming up. We're going to be announcing some new team members.
And you got a lot of secrets, man.
Secret. I've got a secret. Yeah, we're working on one. We're actually bringing on an education director. I'll go that far, and we will be announcing her in the near future. In the near future. So that's going to be fun and exciting. And then we're also looking for an editor in chief. So, you actually might see some of these positions posted. You never know. It's actually to a point when you're hiring, it's like, wow, we're actually going to be hiring.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be sitting down doing interviews for once.
Yep, that's what I was gonna ask you. So look at where you are now and thinking back to when we went through the build for this program. What was it last August? Like, do you have
Yeah.
you gotten further than you thought you would have back then?
Oh my goodness. I didn't even think I was going to be here. Not be here, but this was part of the vision that I wanted to be at. I wanted to be at that point, but I was thinking 2 to 3 to 4 years
Hmm.
in advance, not a year after. everything's done. I didn't think that. I was like, you know, and it just went fast. And it started, with the book for this course. What was interesting is we used to have those chats. We'd get on. What was it, Tuesday and Thursday night? We'd have these like
Right.
power hour chats or whatever you want to call it. Oh, good grief!
TikTok. Well, I'm bringing hacky sack to the hood, Dwayla.
So you know what, we got to do that. So I think you and I are going to be meeting soon in the office. We'll
Yeah.
go to the office. So I will bring a hacky sack and we will do a TikTok.
Got
And it'll be as good as Diane's mayonnaise and ketchup sandwich.
All right, as long as I can edit it and make myself look really good, I'm okay. I approve.
You just kick the ball one time.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, we're gonna edit it, and I'm gonna be like the LeBron James of hacky sack.
There's apps we can make it look good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's now here we go with vision because hacky sack does take vision.
yeah, it does.
Because you got to. So I know this is really weird, but when I play, you got to know when you see the ball coming, you got to figure out, because sometimes if you're going around in a circle, I know that's going way off top, but if you're going around in a circle, just say this guy over here needs it. So you got to actually envision that ball going over there. So you got to vision that ball. So as you see it, you vision it going. Now you might not get it directly, but you'll get a lot closer than just while swinging at it. But I guess it works in everything.
That's how I play golf, man. I just wild swing, and hopefully it stays closed.
No, I don't. I don't. I've seen some golf. I don't play golf anymore like I used to. Though I think we should get together. All of us should get together and do some mini golf. Yeah,
Yep.
hit in the clown's nose. But yeah, I mean, it's as far as being. Did I think I was going to be here? I did think I was going to be here one day. Uh, but I didn't think it was going to be as soon as it is.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. It was due to the built for this course. It was due to the group. And I know with our group we had, was it, 5 people,
I
five or
think
six
so.
people,
Yeah.
5 or 6 people, and at the end, 3 of us were left.
Hmm. Yep.
And the 3 of us are working on the KT and other things, and it just really helped us all. I think it really helped. It came at the right time. I remember you put that post out, and you and I were connected, and I was like, and I thought for sure it was going to be taken up, because you didn't put on LinkedIn, you put on another social media channel,
Right.
and I was like, it's going to be, he ain't gonna have room, but you had room.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we,
In what was crazy is I almost did not post that. Like I second guessed myself. I was like, well, maybe I should do the program by myself one more time, before I put anything out. But just on a whim, I was like, yeah, let me put it. I think I put it out like 10 o'clock in the morning, and it just so happened that you saw it and a few others saw it and came in, and um, we were able to go through the program, and just seeing how much it helped other people along with me, um, made it so much more worthwhile. It went from a theory, hey, does this work, to seeing, wow, this really works.
it did. It really, really worked with everybody, and even those that left. You
Hmm.
saw a change in them. Now the thing is, do people want to accept the change or not? That could be definitely debated.
Right.
But it definitely changed, and it hyper speeded us to the place that we're at today.
Yeah. And what I told you guys at the beginning, I was like, I'll supply the plan. If you supply the effort, you'll get the results. And that's how it turned out. If you put the effort into doing that plan daily, then the result then the results will come.
They will, and it's definitely, we saw it, and we saw it with Diane and what she was doing at the time, and then with what you were doing, what I was doing, and it was like a launching ground. Um, what you got going on in the back there?
Oh, somebody's coming in. I think it's Frida.
Oh, okay. She can jump on the live stream too. Yeah, I mean, it really did. It sped us to a different place. it kept us accountable. That's the one thing I've
Yeah,
really enjoyed about it. It
yeah.
kept everybody accountable. You know, we get into what new did you do this week? It's like, well, we did this. Well, you
Hmm.
said you were going to do this. Why didn't you do this?
Right.
I didn't have time. Okay, why didn't you have time? And it would challenge us to set the goals for next week and next week and next week. Before you knew it, we got in this routine that when we said we were going to do it, we just did it.
It changed everything from the way we approached that day to our vocabulary changed. There were some words that we got rid of, and man, it was just one step started to change other things because we went from saying we don't have time to do anything to wow, I've got that much time. Now what?
But um, we had we found time. We made time for a lot of that stuff.
Hmm.
We 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 learned a lot. We were able to put it into it, and then you even gave Diana and I the opportunity to teach about LinkedIn.
Hmm.
So we started teaching about LinkedIn, which was phenomenal as well. So yeah, I mean, it was great, and you still got the program up and running, correct?
Yes, still have it up and running. I'm doing it more in group sessions. So when I have a group come in, I'll take them and we go through the process. And I cater it to everybody's lifestyle. Some people can do the course in 2 weeks. Some people will need like 90 days for it to really take effect because we're building a rhythm to where you no longer have to think about what you're doing day to day. It just happens naturally. So yeah, we're still doing the program. Nothing's changing with that. Eventually, I'm going to try to work with school systems and that kind of thing to help them because I've done it with some kids and my kids, of course, it took them a little longer because I'm dad. But some of the kids have done it, man. You've seen the same kind of change that we saw. Everything from attitude to how they get through things in a day. So again, it works if you supply the effort.
It did, and I mean, we saw the change come over people. We
Mhm.
really did. It was very intriguing, and then we got to learn how to use different apps. We
Mhm.
got to use how to embed things. We've got it was just a really good, and I recommend anybody to go check you out. What's the website you got?
Yeah, definitely. If you go to I am built for this.com, with the number four instead of the word four. And you can check out the website, or if you just reach out to me, DM me if you want to know more information. Um, I like the personal approach, so to speak. I like talking to you and learning about your life before I tell you to do any kind of program because we want to make sure that it's beneficial to you. So
Hmm.
that's the most important part is we want to make sure that it's going to benefit, your lifestyle and we fit everything into it. And there's multiple ways to get through the program. And I help you through those. So definitely, if you want to, and if you've done it before and you want to do it again, definitely let me know.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And to all those folks out there, I'd uh, highly recommend that. And I think is that the right site, Tim, right there?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. That's great. But it was great. It was a lot of fun. We learned a lot.
We did. We did.
So anyhow, well, I mean, it's been about an hour, um, so I think we'll probably go ahead and wrap it up for the night. But I think well, thanks for coming on, Tim. You got any other words you want to say? Anything else you want to?
No, again, I just want to leave you with the same words, man. Live each day with the most passion you can put in your life. Make yourself happy. Be happy. Enjoy life. Get around other people that enjoy life because life is short. And like I said, we know that it can change in the blink of an eye. So, value those moments, treasure them,
Yeah,
build them, grow them. And again, like I finished everything else. Remember, you're ridiculously blessed and built for the life that you have. So make the
yeah,
most of it.
yeah. Definitely, definitely. All right, guys, we're gonna close out. And you know what? I forgot when I did this. I have a different video That I forgot. So we're going to end out with the Kitty Trail Fireside Chat video. So I'll go ahead and run that. But until next time, guys, are looking, like I said, we are looking for guests for next month. So if anybody out there wants to, just DM me or DM Tim. Tim's actually the the Kidney Trails Broadcasting Network director. So you can DM him or me for a request to be on the show. We do already have one booked for August, which we're really excited about that one. So, but anyhow, we're going to end this right now. But y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next time.